Panasonic AF101. Right. It's got this funny rig on it. I'll explain what this is in a minute. But this is a really cool camera. It's only just come out. I got mine just before Christmas, and they're sort of shipping in small quantities at the moment to different places. This is essentially the same size sensor as you get inside the GH1 and the GH2, the Micro Four Thirds, but optimized for video. So we have a lot less of the issues that we have with the Canon DSLRs, the moire, the aliasing, and things like that, because there's no line skipping. And the price point that this has come out at is so aggressive that they're flying off the shelves. I mean, of course, in the UK we pay over the odds for everything, but in the US it's just over $4,000, which for a large chip camera with HD-SDI out, XLR inputs, a viewfinder, and it has all the things that we're missing from the DSLRs that we've kind of got used to. Things like exposure assist, focus assist, proper audio, a headphone jack, things like that. It doesn't mean DSLRs are dead, it's just another tool. And I've really enjoyed shooting it. I actually did my first proper shoot with it on Sunday. I did a music video for the band Chewing Breaks, shot it with this camera, and I should have it up in the next day or two, and it's come out superbly. Right. And one of the issues I was worried about, because I was doing a lot of deep depth of field shots with it, and with guitar strings and things like that, which are killed by the aliasing on DSLRs. So I was very aware of that, so that's why I chose this camera to shoot with it. And it came out looking $1 million.
Right, right. So is this, yeah, I'm just going to unplug this here and get the feedback. Is this, do you think this is going to be the next big step?
I still think DSLRs are going to be around, they're just going to get better.
Yeah.
The GH2 is a massive step up from the GH1. Canon haven't really done a massive step up from the 5D Mark II yet. They brought out little improvements like the 60Ds, LCD screen, flip out, things like that, but they need to really up the game and get things like clean HDMI out, proper audio controls, lack of moire and anything, those sort of things which they can do, which would step them up, because the form factor and the price point are still wonderful. And I would always choose to go out with a DSLR and shoot something for myself, for start, or on a smaller project, because of the size of it. This is still a video camera. It's still going to have to go in a proper bag when I travel somewhere. When I go out with DSLRs, I can have 2 or 3 bodies. I'm not going to buy 2 or 3 of these. I'm going to have one of these. And Sony have got their large chip camera, which is just coming out soon, which is the F3, Sony F3. It's a lot more money than this. It's a really nice camera, but it's a lot more money than this. So there is that evolution of Sony have realised that they must, and so have Panasonic, to stay in the camcorder market, the low-end camcorder market. People want big chips, and so that's what they've done. They're bringing them out.
And it's that big chip, isn't it, that gives it that theatrical, cinematic image, isn't it?
It gives you, and it's this common misconception, and people always say it gives you shallow depth of field. Yes, but that's not what it does. It gives you controlled depth of field. It means you can make it shallow and you can make it deep. And it gives you the ability to use it as a storytelling device by actually, picking something in the frame and having that in focus. Whereas on small chip cameras, everything's in focus, what we're kind of used to.
So given that this technology is turning over, I mean, you can see there are cycles that may go in a year or two. What do you think is the sensible investment for a cash-strapped independent filmmaker? Is it buy one of these and really good lenses, expecting to replace this in 3 years' time, but your lenses, you keep for 10 years?
We're in a really tricky position when it comes to what is the camera to buy if you're getting into it now. The problem with the Canon lenses, because your investment's always going to be in glass in your lenses with these cameras. The problem with Canon lenses is they really only work with Canon cameras because of all the electronic controls inside for the aperture. Now, a company called Berger is making an adapter for this camera and for the GH2, which actually communicates with the camera, so you can control the iris from the camera. It's going to be about $700, $800, so it's not going to be a cheap thing. So it's like, well, what do you do? Do you buy this camera and a GH2 and invest in Micro Four Thirds lenses? It's a new technology. It's a new style of lenses. So it's a really difficult thing. Do I recommend everybody going out and buying Canon lenses in the hope that Canon are going to come out with a video camera which is going to blow us all away? I don't know what they're planning. We really are in a transitional period right now. I think the next few months we're going to learn a lot. With NAB coming up in April, hopefully we're going to find out some new things and see what's coming in the pipeline. And then we've got Red. We've got Scarlet finally going to come out this year. And that's more for the lower end of the independent. So it's really difficult to say what is the camera to go and buy. If you can make money now, if you can use a camera now, then go and buy something like a Canon 5D, 7D, 60D, whatever. And I reckon you should buy Nikon lenses, old Nikon lenses with manual apertures, because the great thing about those is they go on any camera with an adapter. They'll go on this with an adapter, they go on the GH2 with an adapter, they go on the Sony F3 with an adapter, and a cheap adapter, not one that costs $700 or $800. And the great thing is those lenses are cheap on eBay.
Right.
So that's probably the way to go, is get lenses which are more future-proofed, will work with different cameras.